So, welcome back to Theater School Rejects Podcast 77.
Keeping track now.
Yeah. So, the first thing I say is the indeterminate thing did not work. I tried to mix it up, and I ended up loading one in duplicate. And I can't even find the file that it was out of. So, I don't know. I think we lost an episode because of that whole meta thing. So, meta did not work for me.
Trials and tribulations.
Yeah, we lost an episode. But you try new things, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
I'm
think
here.
on ours we accidentally uploaded the episode out of order once.
Deliberately.
No, we did it accidentally.
No, deliberately. Work with me here. Spin doctoring, man. You, under control. It was totally. It's a 1,000 maybes.
It was all part of the sci-fi alternate reality.
Yeah, you can't count on anything. We don't just do it by numbers. That would be a predictable universe. Not 1,000 maybe worlds. That'd be 1,000 certain worlds. All right, so I'm here with @Crash Ryan talking about his podcast. I got it right, 1,000 maybe worlds, right?
Yep, that's right. A million could be years and 1,000 maybe worlds.
So, somewhat inspired by his podcast about extreme minutia sci-fi, I have gotten really okay. So, there was a cartoon Photon as a kid. Did you ever watch the cartoon?
That one I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar at
It
all.
wasn't really a cartoon. It was like live action with like photon laser guns.
Was it that one where you could buy a toy and fucking shoot?
No, that was like
That had a
Captain Universe or something. That was a different show. But I know what you're talking about. I never watched that either, but I know of it. It was interactive with
Right, yeah.
the TV could shoot your ship, or your ship could shoot the TV.
Yeah. Which, considering the pre-internet days of fucking, that was kind of impressive.
It was really high tech for its time.
Yeah.
But the figures were like not interesting.
No.
Like, cause I know I saw the commercials for it, and I was thinking about getting it, but nothing about the show where the figures seemed interesting or like appealing. Like, I have to have that.
Right. I didn't want to buy a toy I could only play with during the show.
Well, you could always play with it, just wouldn't. It wouldn't
do
be
its thing, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like Star Wars ever did its thing.
My Star Wars shit was like, I don't know how I don't remember anyone ever buying me Star Wars shit. I just remember I had Darth Vader's TIE Fighter missing one wing and a broken Cylon fighter, and that was it.
My first toy, I think, was the Millennium Falcon. Because Star Wars came out when I was like 4 years old, and I think that's what I got to start off. Wait, no, did I? No. I'm trying to remember.
That's a pretty impressive toy. That's the Millennium Falcon sort of the brand.
I don't know. I think I might have been to my cousin got the Millennium Falcon, and I got like a TIE Fighter with Darth Vader.
Right.
I'm trying to remember. I got some toy though that was Star Wars, but not that I understood. I was like, what was it? I was 4 or 5 years old. It was not a, it was a very. I grew up in Staten Island, and we didn't have to. We had wiffle ball bats and wiffle balls, but our parents all talk about playing stickball. So every now and then, rather than using an actual bat and ball, we would use a stick, a mop handle with like electrical tape on it for grip, and like a tennis ball. Yeah, like we still played stickball, but
like
we didn't have to.
style.
Yeah, it's not like we didn't have. Like it was Staten Island. Like we weren't rich, but like we had the money. It wasn't the projects, but enough of our parents had come for the projects. And they told us about stickball, and so we tried it. You ever try hitting a fucking ball with a mop handle? It's a stupid fucking plan.
I played Little League Baseball for exactly one season, and I can wholeheartedly say that I just don't fucking like baseball because the coach I had was awesome. He was like the kind of coach you want to have if you want to have like a fucking foster a love for baseball and shit. Like, I was terrible. They put me out in the field, like, where no one hits, that fucking part of the field.
Yeah.
That was terrible. And I hated it out there. I was bored. And
catching up on.
I came to the dude one day before a game and was like, man, I am bored. This is boring. I don't want to. He goes, can I play the infield or something? He goes, oh, well, looks like you're in luck because on my sheet here I have a note saying all kids named Ryan play in the infield today. He's like, he didn't give a shit. He knew we were going to lose because I was in there. Didn't give a shit. He was like, I just want this kid to have a good time. Still didn't have a good time. I hate the fucking game. Kudos to that guy for trying, but fuck that game.
How old were you?
I don't know.
8, 9, 10, 13?
Probably like, yeah, probably
17?
10 or 11 or so.
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll tell my favorite coaching story. Because, I guess I had different coaches, but my favorite coach was just, it was just a moment of rare honesty. So I went out and I had been doing chess team, because that seems appropriate, right? And then, like, in my junior year, I decided to go out for track. And I didn't know what I wanted to do in track, so I tried like all the events. I was like, okay, like I'm like 120 pounds and like 5'9", right? Like I am like this just skinny little thing. And not particularly athletic.
Right.
But I tried shot put, I tried high jump, I tried sprinting. And then, because the sprint would be over in 70 seconds, but the meet would go on for 2.5 hours. So I would jump in for the mile race because like there was like 10 people running anyway.
Right.
And so the coach, after about a week and a half, 2 weeks, comes to me and he's like, and he was the sprinters coach, and I wanted to do sprinting, and he goes, "Look, Doug, I gotta tell you, you're a terrible sprinter. I mean, you might be the worst sprinter I've ever seen, but you kind of like seem like jumping in with the whole." Long distance guys, why don't you try that? And I'm like, well, what if I don't? He goes, I'm gonna have to cut you. And like no one got cut from track. Nobody. That was the one great thing about it. Everybody makes the team.
I was a point in the swim team because there's certain events where if you just fucking find somebody in there, you get a point.
Right.
And I don't know, I may have already told this in this podcast. Because my friend had a pool, and he was a good swimmer on the swim team. And I was swimming in his pool, and I liked Manfred Atlantis. So I would kick like Manfred Atlantis, a little worm kick.
Okay.
My buddy was like going, that's half of fucking butterfly. I said, well,
So
teach
the
me the other half.
butterfly, because no one did butterfly, and you would get third place. They'd be like one good guy. And I know this, well, I think I know this, because in spring track the year after,
Right.
when I actually gotten halfway decent at long distance running, I was one of our 2-milers, and basically the scoring would go our best 2-miler, and then their best 2-miler. That might flip a bit.
Right.
And then I would always take third because I wasn't better than their best 2-miler,
Right.
but I was always better than their second best 2-miler. So I was consistently a point for our track team, but not because there was no one in it, but like I found I was never gonna catch the best 2-miler on our team.
Right.
Never gonna catch the best on their team, but consistently better than the second best guy.
Yeah, that was pretty much like, it was sheer comedy when I would show up for the fucking butterfly events. Because it would always be these lanky dudes with no shoulders, just svelte, like
Yeah.
huge limb, like long.
And did you look like you when you were in
Yeah,
high
and
school?
I was just this fucking short troll. like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do? Well, he can do the stroke. He's not very fast, but the depressing thing was I was actually faster at butterfly than I was at fucking freestyle. And so they entered me.
Because of practice or just body type?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, like, did you ever get good at the Australian crawl or freestyle?
No, I never got good at any of that shit. I just quit fucking swimming for a while.
But there was never a fourth person for butterfly.
No.
It was always just 3.
And yeah, so when they entered me in the medley, which also has butterfly in it,
Yeah.
I would have to. My coach would be like, "Do butterfly at the end." I'm like, "Fuck you! It's the end of the thing. It's tiring." Because you're faster. And it's like, I'm not gonna catch him. I'm not that much faster. It never comes down to that last half a damn second.
Did it matter?
No, it never mattered. It's fucking did freestyle. Fuck that
Coach like, you can beat him. Like he's like half a lap faster every other stroke, but you've got that small edge in butterfly.
Yeah.
It's gonna all balance out.
Yeah.
Coaches, man, so
By the time I turn on fucking breaststroke, they're all done. Like, oh, go faster. Like, oh, come on. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah. I really enjoyed long distance running till my back got all fucked up. I miss it.
That was the closest I got to being competitive, was the long distance swing events, the like 1,000 meters, 2,000 meter ones.
Oh, because then you were like, well, that's the thing about long distance running. I assume about long distance swimming too.
Right.
At a certain point, athleticism doesn't matter so much as like an indifference to pain
Right.
and a willingness to suffer.
Yeah, I'm going slow. I'm going the same slow the entire time.
Yeah, well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Like, so I was always last place in the 400 meter sprint, which I would do, and I would run about 70 seconds. But like my mile time was basically 70-second laps. Like I could run that same awful pace.
Right. The entire time.
Yeah, as a sprint, it's horrible. But if you
Yeah.
can keep that pace up for forever, you're an okay long distance runner.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, that fucking dude is catching up, so I'm all tired now." It's like, yeah, well, fucking conserve your energy, dude.
Well,
It's a
just
long
having
race.
the energy. Not everyone can just, you know. But I think also just being willing to just keep doing an event that never ends. Like my best 2-mile time was 11 minutes and like 1 second. I mean, like I think people sometimes like, I want it to be over.
Also, the community swim team. I joined the community swim team first, and then the high school swim team. The community swim team raised money through swimathons,
Right.
which was like it was an overnight event.
And you
And
just
you had
swim.
to- you do 100 laps over the course of the evening.
But you could stop and shoot the shit.
Yeah, but I was like, fuck that. I'm just gonna do 100 laps.
And then go home.
And no, I'm gonna hang out in the fucking zoo and like with my fucking friends and watch Caddyshack and shit.
Oh, I see. So you would just get out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of like, you know, doing laps and then like stopping, hanging out, and then like, oh shit, I gotta go do laps again. Like it's a job.
Right.
Like, oh fuck,
I'm gonna do my laps.
time to make the donuts.
I would do some laps at like 4 a.m. when all the like fucking wusses would peter out. They would like start to give up and shit. I'm like, come on, man. You guys can't stay up all night.
You guys don't get stoned and fucking noodle on the guitar, write songs all night. The fuck is wrong with you?
Come on, late night is when all the Godzilla movies come on, man.
Oh man, I remember my first exposure to Dobie Gillis was like Nick at Night at like 2
Oh,
in the
yeah.
morning, hanging with a friend who was total like, you know, beating it. But yeah, yeah. That's it. All right, so it's not a good show.
No.
It's not a good show, but it's a
gives you some-
surprisingly literate show.
Yeah.
Not in the character itself,
Right.
but like his girlfriend or his wannabe girlfriend,
Right.
the really smart girl,
Yeah.
where she's like, it's propinquity, Dobie. Our last names are right next to each other. And she like went on to be like a representative, like not like at the state level, like a state senator for California. It turns out she was a lesbian.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mostly, I just remember.
Like Wikipedia, I found this out because I was like researching it. But like, there are parts of that show that are really good. Like, they stand up.
I just mostly remember it for Bob Denver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I got to. Because like he said, like our friend who was like kind of a punk rocker, he looks exactly like Bob Denver in this as the beatnik.
I through a weird quirk, and it's so fucking dumb because I kind of don't like it. Like I went through puberty like, overnight. Like I just like woke up with a mustache. I was like, fuck it. So I just kept it. I've never shaved my mustache
Ever.
ever.
That can't be good.
I don't care. And
I mean, like you've got skin that has never seen daylight.
well, it saw daylight for the first 12 years of my life. It was enough.
All right, fine. Well, actually, like, I don't know. Like a similar concern, like
Right.
when they like made me take my tongue piercing out for this new job that lasted a month. I was like, you know, I don't know if that whatever I'm putting in my tongue is good.
Right.
And maybe 23 years of exposure to it, maybe we should stop. I don't know if we can get it re-pierced because like it took a lot to, and I've had it re-pierced like 4 times.
Oh wow.
It takes a lot of willpower to consent to someone punching a hole through your tongue. Much as I like having it, and I did like having it,
Yeah.
it's a fucking lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of madness.
No, well, just it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts like shit.
The ear hurt. Like that fucking, everyone lied to me about the goddamn ear. That hurt like a motherfucker.
Well, okay, so the first time I did it, right?
Yeah.
it didn't hurt as much as I was expecting, because I expected it to be fucking agony. I'm like, it's a fucking hole through the tongue. It's gonna be the worst pain ever.
Right.
It wasn't. But the second time, it hurt a whole lot, because it turns out there's a lot of room short of the worst fucking pain ever.
Right.
Expectations change.
Yeah.
All right, on that note, let's leave it with, the message be that there's a lot of room short of the worst pain ever.
Right.
And things can still hurt a fucking lot. All right.
That's why the nurses ask you 1 through 10, right?
So we'll call this podcast a fuck ton of pain and swimming. Find at Crash Ryan if you need articles about superheroes, and find me if you want to hear about Photon.